Guten Tag everyone, welcome back to Devilish Serpents. I haven't been very active recently and no real excuse, just I felt like I didn't have much to record. I had my hatchlings all come out the egg, which was lovely. I've got Cersei here at the moment. She's very upset today. She's even chucked a couple of bluff strikes at me like we are now. Not very happy, are you? But anyway, yeah, the hatchlings all came out their eggs very healthy. They're doing very well. But we had 2 heat waves here in England, because I'm still in England. I haven't moved to Germany yet. And it was like my snake house is built for English weather, so it's really insulated. And it's so insulated that I just couldn't cool it down enough during those heat waves. So all the snakes came into my bedroom, all 13. Where it kept, I think the highest it hit was 30 degrees, which isn't the absolute best heat for them, but it's, you know, it wasn't going to kill them. As opposed to in here, I did leave a thermometer in here, or thermostat, and it registers the highest temperature it's hit. And granted, I didn't have any cooling devices in here, and I had all the doors and windows shut and stuff, but it hit 50 degrees in here. That's incredible. But yeah, so they all come and chilled in my bedroom for the first heat wave. I had them in there for 5 days, and the second heat wave I had them in there for a week, because I also spent some time in London. Which meant I wasn't going to be home for a couple of days after the heat wave. So it was safer for me to leave them in my bedroom and not feed them than it was to leave them in here and not be here to control the temperature. So I just didn't have much to film. I could have filmed the hatchlings feeding, but I did have a couple of issue hatchlings that didn't want to eat, and I didn't want to combat filming while trying to get them to eat. I was just so focused on getting them to eat. That's all I wanted to do. I wasn't bothered about filming that. So yeah, well, Cersei's finally calmed down. I seem to always have Cersei at the beginning of the video. She is my gorgeous twin spot anaconda. Unravel yourself a bit, dear. She's absolutely stunning. And she was the mother of my first clutch this year, which is brilliant. She's not putting on weight like I would like her to, which is a little worrying. She's been in the back of my mind recently, like, why is she not piling on the pounds? Because I have increased her food to what a snake her age should have, and I guess in someone else's opinion, she'd be perfect for an adult, like not overfed. She's not a barrel. She's not got any scale spread. But she's definitely smaller than she was before she had the clutch, and it wasn't a very demanding clutch. It was only 11 eggs in total, 9 good eggs, 3 duds, and 1 egg didn't make it past halfway through incubation. But yeah, say hello, Cersei. I called her Cersei because, like Cersei from Game of Thrones, she can be a massive bitch. But I love her. She's probably one of my most loved snakes. And I'll show some hatchlings. So I'm pretty certain I did. I showed what rub setups I was using in the previous video for my hatchlings, and they have worked very well. Very well. Already waiting to get out, I see. You gonna come out? I have to be a little bit careful because they've got very greedy, these little hoggies. No, come back. Here we are. Here we have a super conda. Really nice, like orange line stripe. I had 2 super condas hatch. One of them went to a family member already. One of my cousin has got really into hoggies, and yeah, the other super condor was eating bang on, and he lives down the road from me, so any issues I could rectify pretty quickly. So I just let it go a couple of feeds earlier than I would to someone random. I think the rest are all 1 mil away, and then I'll contact some reptile shops or list them as a clutch and see if anyone wants any. But yeah, super pretty. So yeah, I didn't hit any snows this year. I didn't hit an albino even, which is crazy. But I'd be tempted to say that the orange stripe is a sign that, you know, the albino was there. It's just a het, and I just hit undeniably atrocious odds of only getting wild type colourings. Because this orange must come from the albino father, because Cersei is just plain brown, not even a red line. So it definitely didn't come from the mother. But yeah, they're really chilled out. They're all eating now. Every single one of them is eating every time, which is brilliant. So yeah, really pretty. Could I get the tail a little bit? Focus. Really orange at the tail there. And yeah, tripled in weight actually. They were born around 3 grams, which is pretty good for hognose. I've seen them be born at like 1 gram. Or sorry, I should say, I've seen them pip at 1 gram. And they're all at 9 or 10 grams now, which is awesome. And yeah, we'll put him back and get one of the others out. So this is the morph I got most of. These little ones when they're wriggly are hard to film with one hand. But these I got, so 5 low expression condors. As you see, they're not wild types at all. They have got reduced patterning, just not ones we're used to seeing. And I think instead of going with one or the other, either Cersei's twin spot or Loki, their father, has a very, very high expression condor gene. It's kind of tried to mix the both, and it's got confused, and so you actually have some like full bands across the body in some places as well, like a tiger or something. So these don't look that good, like on a morph perspective, because I think they look fantastic still. They're still very beautiful snakes. They're low expression condor. Any hatchling I show in this video is 100% het for albino or pos het exantic, and I think it is 66% pos het exantic, which is nice. Obviously they've got that solid white wall on the side. Some of them don't have pure black bellies, but this one does. Pure black belly. And you are number 7. So I've got you down as a male. Haven't probed any of them. They're just guesses. But yeah, it's still really nice. It's just a shame it got confused about, it didn't know which pattern to take, either the mothers or the males, so it just combined the two and didn't really know what to do with it at all. Here we have the only wild type pattern in the whole clutch, and because I don't have many wild types now, and this is the only wild type hatchling I have, you really appreciate how beautiful a standard wild type hog is. If this wasn't the standard hog and the wild type was instead a morph, I think it would be worth so much, because it is a very aesthetically pleasing snake as it is. And I've got you down. I've got you down as a male. Are we sure? That's curling up like a female. Could be a long-tailed female. Who knows? And yeah, it's very pretty. All their heads are on the darker side, which is nice. Cersei's quite a dark brown, so that's real cool. And yeah, very healthy. I just wanted to show you Squashles because she is in shed, and she always looks so amazing when she's in shed because of those eyes. So I've been at odds what Squashy is. She was sold to me as a toffee belly, but I
there's certain parts of me that think she could be a toffee glow. I'm not sure. She might just be like a crazy variant of a toffee, because toffee bellies range so much, it's unreal when it comes to colour. So I just don't know. I'm probably not going to breed Squashy though, because she does have a few issues, which I'm not sure that I'd want to pass on to some hatchlings. So she is pet only. This is what I used to incubate this year. You find them everywhere, like different brands, but it's essentially it's exactly the same wine cooler basically, but just rebranded for reptiles. And I bought this, and then I started seeing more reviews of people saying that it can't keep a temperature and it's not very good, but I found it to be quite accurate. The temperature inside, because I put thermometers inside because I didn't trust it, because everyone was telling me they're not good. It fluctuated sort of like half a degree either way. And this was in the heat wave as well. We had some really hot weather back when they were incubating, and it went up maybe a degree at most from the actual temperature I needed. So yeah, no issues with it. Done its purpose. So I wanted to show you my pickup from IHS Manchester. Now I'm supposed to be leaving the snake alone to settle in and get used to his surroundings, but I just wanted to show you. Where have you got that dirty bit on your body from? So this is a pet only. I don't plan to breed him. I wasn't sure if I was going to get into Royal Pythons specifically, but this is Samael, my new hatchling blue-eyed leucistic Royal Python. He is absolutely gorgeous. I'm in love with him. He's very shy and gentle. This is my first Royal Python, so I didn't know what to expect temperament-wise, but they really are the shy snake that everyone makes them out to be. Definitely. And it's his eyes. I just can't get over his eyes. They're so beautiful. There we go. As you can see, he's just very shy. Like he backs off instead of lunging. There we go. There's a nice clear picture finally. Yeah, I'm so in love with him. He's absolutely gorgeous. He's got shit on him somehow. I'm not sure how. But yeah, he's been doing great. I had my little Wi-Fi camera set up, peeking into his enclosure, and at night he has been out investigating, maybe looking for food. But instead of doing a minimal space for him, like most breeders would, I wanted to experiment with giving him a much bigger rub than people suggest, and just filling it with enrichment and seeing if he gets on well in this area. So I'm giving him 2 weeks to accumulate to his space, and we'll see what happens. Just a little experiment really, whether if done right, bigger spaces are better, especially for royals. But I really pimped his home out. So hot hide, cool hide, little log thing here, lots of enrichment. So when you look at it as a whole, he hasn't got that much ground. Empty ground to cover, which is the main thing. And even his lid, I've got the foliage attached to it, so when that comes down, he is pretty much covered in most spaces. So I've got loads of spare rubs if this doesn't work out and he just won't eat and I need to downsize him again. But this is the experiment I wanted to go for. But yeah, this was my Manchester pickup. Back here with Loki now. Loki is the father of this year's clutch, and he's my smallest adult snake I have. He's tiny, but he just won't grow anymore, which is fine. It's just he's a small snake. That is it. No more to discuss. He's got a right attitude recently, like more than usual. So I'm not sure what's going on with him. He's a very pretty cute boy. Yeah. So my only pickup from IHS Manchester, the new venue for
the UK's breeders meeting, was a raw python and not even a hognose, which doesn't make sense. But I've really fallen in love with Samael, which I named him, and yeah, I didn't spend much time at IHS Manchester. It was very chaotic. Obviously, teething problems because of the new venue, and there was a real issue with like BO and lack of deodorant this year. Like almost unbearable amounts of BO in that venue. I'm not sure if it was the people or who was it. There was someone famous playing a gig there the night before. It might have been just sweat from dancers from the night before, but it smelled really bad. So once me and my cousin, who got 2 hoggies, were done with our stuff, we quickly got out of there. But yeah, completely nearly missed half the show because they had 2 separate rooms and just didn't really promote that the other room had stalls in it. They even had, when I noticed it, the door was ajar, so I just about peeked in and saw some tables and was like, there's half the expos in a different room, so I nearly missed half of it. So I'm pretty confident on which hoggies, like hatchling wise, which ones I know will tongue feed and which ones I have to drop feed. So I should be able to do a video within the next week showing some hatchling tongue feeding, which would be nice. And then in a couple of weeks I'll be able to do an actual video with Samael once he's settled in and he's eaten for me, which would be cool. Yep, Astrid, my big het toffee, she's in shed, and for the first time in about a year she is bluff striking at me because she's normally a gentle giant, but she's really freaked out this time. It's just there's some things you can't explain with a hoggy. It's really weird. And yeah. Goodbye.